Hi all, let's have a look at another amazing Blitz game from the YourNextMove Blitz in Leuven, Belgium. Magnus Carlsen against Vassily Ivanchuk. D4. Ivanchuk plays knight f6. We have now the super solid looking bishop f4. So this is better than the standard c4. c5, so energetic play from Vassily Ivanchuk. With this move he wants to have a more dynamic, aggressive feel to the game, I believe. And in fact, after d5 we see b5. So very, very aggressive. Maybe d5 can be attacked later with bishop b7, for example. We have c4, so this is starting to have the feel of a Banco Gambit type style position, after g6 especially. White takes, a6, e3. This is solid as well, not even not trying to give black too much to target here. Bishop g7, knight c3, black castles, knight f3, d6, and there's a possibility of pinning the knight. This is extinguished actually with knight d2. Actually knight c4 could be useful as well, say knight c4 and b6. We have knight bd7, e4, knight e8, a4, knight c7. This is a pretty standard maneuver in Banco Gambit style positions, but here white seems particularly solid. A takes, we have an exchange of rooks, and this file actually could be useful. There could be some useful entry points. At the moment a7 is the one entry point which is available to the queen, so bear in mind. f5, black is playing energetically on this side of the board as well. E takes, rook takes, so undermining d5, and f4 is hit. That's moved back. That pawn is on this diagonal of death. It's too dangerous to take that pawn here because of the bishop c4 after. Just to show, I think we can just take, and then either bishop c4 or even queen a2, winning the exchange. That'll be good for white. Okay, so after knight b6, which does put loads of pressure now, it seems, on d5, we have queen a5, which almost tries to, it does try to set up a pin on any knight takes d5 here. There's a nasty pin on the queen. So this is very, very interesting, this entry point here. Let's see now if black tried to take on d5. Say this, knight takes, and we have rook takes. We have a key move here. Well, it actually, yeah, it looks as though this should be good, but e6 might actually be, it's not a massive advantage for it. There's actually even a better way, just to exploit this pin rather than this pin, with knight c4 actually. Yeah, just go for this pin. You'd think sometimes, you know, the absolute pins are the best, but here the relative pin wins against the queen. What does black do about that pin? Yeah, that piece is just dropping off, so that's crunching. We could just take on b6 soon. So yeah, that pawn is immune here. So after queen a5, black took on c3 actually, giving up his dark square bishop, but white now, these are just doubled pawns. Magnus plays quite an interesting decision. He doesn't, in fact, take that. It might be nice in theory to weaken the dark squares, but actually he's more interested in keeping up this pin. So he sacks a pawn, and there's also a loose piece now in the position to bear in mind. White castles. So he has achieved that relative pin mentioned earlier. Rook f8, so freeing the queen to move now. We have queen a7, and this is very, very difficult for black because of b6 and b7 coming up later. Now in this position, bishop f5 was played. So again, if we ask the question here of knight takes d5, I believe in this position with the loose piece on b2, this move is very, very good, just winning material. We have bishop f5, but after b6, it seems This is a very, very dire state of affairs where knight takes d5 was played anyway, allowing queen a2, so hitting b2 and d5. Black can't juggle both of these issues, be losing a piece, and there wouldn't be much counterplay either. So black actually resigned here. Let's have a look at the alternative. If the knight had gone back there, that is a legal move in the position, so let's have a look at it. b7, knight c7. White really wants to play rook b1 here, and there's a killer move, relatively absolute killer move in this position, just to play g4 to try and play rook b1 next. So if the bishop goes to d7, just rook b1, gaining a tempo on that loose piece, and he's going to be queening if the bishop moves back. And you might think, well, bishop c2. The thing is, the bishops are both loose now, so queen a2 here is picking up material. So yeah, Magnus made it look easy. Let's go back to the final position. Yeah, it seems Black's Benko Gambit only led to just loose pieces in the position in this game, and pins. Quite nasty celebration of pins and loose pieces, really, for Magnus Carlsen in this particular Blitz game. So quite instructive for high level Blitz, I believe. Comments, questions, likes, shares appreciated. Thanks very much.